Today, we're talking about the situation involving Anna Paul and Mikaela Testa, two Australian lifestyle influencers who recently had a major public falling out after being friends for 10 years. It all started after Mikaela Testa posted this now viral TikTok, detailing shocking claims regarding Anna and her brother Addis Paul, explaining how Anna would act completely differently when the cameras were off, calling one of her fans fat and sweaty, and lying to her audience about growing up poor. This led to Anna Paul responding, which seemed to only make things worse, with many seeing it as a non-apology. But I'm gonna walk us through this entire situation, and what happened afterwards. So by the end of the video, you'll be all caught up on the controversy involving Anna Paul and Mikaela Testa. Thank you to the viewers who recommended today's story. If you ever see something you think I should cover, don't hesitate to DM me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. Now, before we get started, thank you so much just for watching. This is Anna Paul, an Australian influencer, famous for her lifestyle, travel, and OnlyFans content. When she was 15, Anna became friends with another future Australian influencer named Mikaela Testa. She's famous for making similar content to what Anna does. Also, for context, she used to date Anna's brother Addis Paul. On January 28th, Mikaela uploaded a TikTok calling out Anna and Addis for many concerning things, which begins with Mikaela explaining how Anna Paul acts when the cameras are off.
There's a lot of things wrong with Anna Paul. It's way easier to hate me for calling her out when she's wrong than accepting that the Anna you guys love and idolize so much never existed. You don't know her. You don't know her like I know her. You have never met her, and if you have, it's nothing more than a 5-second selfie. These people that watch her don't know the Anna that I know. They know the other Anna, the one she wears when the camera starts rolling. I can't blame the parasocials because I too would do the same for someone that I looked up to. My experience with Anna was a lot different to all of you. Mine was a real experience.
She continues by sharing a story of when Anna met a fan, and after they left, she called them fat and sweaty.
Everything Anna does is calculated, but she masks the manipulation extremely well with an innocent sweet girl facade, posting all of these videos about self-love and body positivity. Anna, remember that god-awful trend of people posting photos of influencers that they would and wouldn't feel comfortable wearing a bikini around? Remember those slideshows people would make with everyone in the family? Of all of you being labeled as safe and my photo is at the end marked as I would never feel safe in a bikini around Mikaela? Meanwhile, right before these videos were trending in 2021 on the South Bank Bridge, when you were peak body positivity, love yourself version of Anna, a plus-size fan came up to you and asked for a hug and a picture. You smiled at her. You told her that you loved her. She told you how your words online have helped her be more comfortable in her body. The moment she walked away, you told Addis that she was annoying and gross and you didn't want to agree to the hug because she was fat and sweaty. Addis laughed.
Mikaela goes on, saying how she receives hate for things that Anna actually does, adding how Anna is out of touch for the way she posts online.
These were your words, Anna. I heard them. Things like this were a common occurrence. Seeing your fakeness in the flesh was such a disturbing experience. Your fans mean nothing to you, just like the animals you buy and palm off to others. Watching you be praised online for being kind and caring, but behind the facade lived an evil person. All while I'm receiving hate because I didn't create content like you. Everything people accuse me of being is exactly who you are. That was just the beginning of the pot that started boiling within me. Anna's performative generosity, like hiding money in cities or dishing out giveaways behind a paywall, reek of superiority. Watching her fans scramble over scraps, fighting each other because they need these funds while she films it, flaunts her designer labels, endless holidays, and material excess. This is dystopian and out of touch. Anna is preying on the vulnerability and desperation of impressionable young fans for her profit under the disguise of self-love, empowerment, and giving back. Anna may give back to the odd few people, who she can post on her Instagram story for more promotion, but everyone else falls short.
Then Mikaela explains why she believes Anna is running an illegal lottery through her OnlyFans, by claiming she'll give money away to people who subscribe.
Anna, if you truly wanted to give back to your fans, you would use a free platform such as your giant Instagram page with over 2.4 million followers. Or, if you truly wanted to give back to your OF subscribers, you would do it privately within that platform. By posting IG stories advertising that you're sending money to subscribers, you are directly trying to lure new customers over to your page, a page which costs $16 to access. This $16 is essentially a lottery ticket. With the 7-hour difference in time steps between posting your initial promo story on Instagram to actually sending money, it's clear that in that time you allowed the subs to reel in, as this was just a plot for profit rather than a give back situation as you disguise it as. Then posting further stories of screenshots sending few people $500 saying you know where to find me, incentivizing more to subscribe and fall for this in hopes to win. The whole premise of you luring your largely underage fan base to a website containing pornographic photos of you in the hopes of them winning your illegal lottery gambling scheme is so twisted and weird. If you charge an entry fee in order for somebody to win something, it's classed by law as a lottery in Australia. Anna is not licensed to hold lotteries. It's unethical, illegal, and against OF and Instagram's T&Cs. And on top of that, it's exploitation, particularly for her young audience. You only need to ID check to be a creator on the platform, not a spender. I've been on the platform for 6 years, I know it well, and we also conducted a test on this, which means these youths really are subscribing and tipping just like they told me that they have.
After this, Mikaela defends herself against Anna's fans' attacks, saying how she's not at all obsessing over Anna's brother like many of them claim.
People that love Anna will come up with all sorts of attacks on me to try and defend her behavior. That's okay with me. I don't blame them. People may start pointing at me because I'm on the platform too. While I understand, I also testify. Only 3.4% of my following on Instagram, where this is displayed, is under the age of 18. Anna's statistics would paint much different story. I also never incentivize people to subscribe in the hopes or chances that I'd see their message of despair and send them a lump sum of money, like Anna, targeting her young female audience such as young mothers and high school girls. Another attack that Anna fans will use on me to defend her bad behavior is that I'm obsessed with her family and that I'm not over Addis. They spread all sorts of rumors about what they think happened. This rumor really bothers me and is not true in the slightest. Constantly being tied to such a horrible person and have lies told constantly about how you feel about them is horrible. You have only seen what I've allowed you to see. Anything after my first initial few videos I made, the rest were jokes for views and engagement. I broke up with him. It was my choice to never reconnect again. There was no contact from me to him during that entire time, despite his countless attempts to reach out to me. As I just said, it was exaggerated on my end for views because I know the content performed well. But I was well and truly over him months before we ended.
She continues by explaining the physical and financial abuse she went through during her relationship with Addis Paul.
I have never spoken truth to the internet because it isn't pretty. Everything I say going forward is the truth and will hold up in a court of law. Addis Paul has physically abused me multiple times when I tried to leave him. He would hurt himself and threaten his life to scare me into not leaving after he would hurt me. He would take large percentages such as 50% of my income to manage me, but in reality there was no managing, and I personally think it was financial abuse. After we broke up, he took jewelry from my room, hacked into my bets accounts, withdrew money, and then deleted the accounts, thinking I wouldn't notice. When I caught him, he sent it back and played a fool. Then crypto went missing from my accounts, which he set up for me. I accused him but had no proof as crypto is anonymous, so I legally had to backtrack while also being manipulated by him and Anna over the phone. I have sent him just about $1 million for numerous work or investments he's done for me and never saw anything from it. He is a cold-blooded scammer. He has not only scammed me but the public, and this started in him from a young age. There has been things he has been in trouble for in the past, but I cannot speak on them because he was underage. Then these crypto group controversies followed years later, which I had nothing to do with, and begged him to stop because it ruined my reputation online being affiliated with him. Addis was also accused publicly of rape by his ex-partner, to which I believed back then. I even messaged her that I did believe her. I believed her because her story was something that actually had been happening to me already. And when I confronted Addis and told him I believed her, a fight broke out and he would threaten his life. As a result of what was happening to me, I would get UTIs, and that in turn has permanently affected another internal body part. I'm undergoing surgery in February to correct my body as I have debilitating health issues as a result. When this happened, our relationship plummeted and I couldn't be the same. Does this sound like a person that I would be obsessed with or want back? I left the wrath of that.
Towards the end of her video, Mikaela says Anna is lying about being poor in her videos, adding how she actually comes from an upper middle class background.
In my opinion, it seems the Paul siblings have scamming running through their blood, and I'm not sure why, because they were raised with amazing parents that provided a lot for them. Their dad making triple the average Australian income per week. Had them living in a beautiful house on the water with a built-in pool. I've seen the house in person. It's beautiful. Being upper middle class is not being poor, Anna. Your exaggerated stories for the internet has always made your dad upset, and me, just angry. I was a real victim of the system and poverty like you portrayed yourself online. Remember that time when he called you out in the living room? He didn't understand why you would post such things, and he called them lies. You need this story, faking your poverty, so people excuse your schemes and wealth and feel bad for you. Every calculated story serving such an important role in supporting the other lies. This web you're weaving to entrap these people's pity.
Mikaela ends the video by explaining why she's posting this, and notes how she has even more that she could share about Anna.
I am posting this because it's unethical and I care about children and young adults being conned by her. My motive for posting this is not for my own gain, jealousy of Anna, or obsession with Addis. Posting this isn't giving me any other than jeopardy, and I'm not the ones in debt promoting cash grabs. I have my own 2 legs to stand on and would never be jealous of someone like her. I have been friends with Anna since I was 15 years old, going on 10 years now. Our other friends that we shared witnessed the real life Anna and said things over the years, but it's always drowned out by the rally of her brainwashed fans. Someone needs to do it, and I've been through it all, for years. I just genuinely don't care about what the internet has to say any more about me. I'm just going to speak the truth, and you guys can say whatever you want about it. If I had more time, I could tell you more stories in detail. Maybe, if Anna's fans don't bully me off the internet, you'd get some. Thank you so much for listening.
Comments under Mikaela's video were overall very supportive. About 6 days later, on February 3rd, Anna Paul posted a response. And we'll soon find out she didn't have much of a plan.
If I made a video addressing every time anyone said anything bad about me, I would be posting all day long every single day, as would every other content creator. That's what the whole For You page would be filled with. But I think we can all agree that this has gotten a little bit big and a little bit much, so now here I am. And I'm never doing this again. I don't address stuff like this, but it has gotten very big. And the reason why I've taken so long to reply is not because I have a PR team and this and that and whatnot. I'm by myself. There's no script, there's nothing, I'm just talking to the camera. The reason why I've taken so long is because this all took me by surprise, and it was a very big shock to me because somebody that I thought was my friend and that I was close with really hurt me. And 2 months ago, she was asking me to go to Fiji with her on a girls' trip. And last year, when my dad was apparently homeless and that was going everywhere crazy on TikTok, she was the one helping me through it, sending me voice messages telling me, don't listen to the people online, they're dumb, everyone is stupid, tell Papa it's going to be okay, I hope Papa's okay, don't tell him not to listen. She was helping me. So now this has all come as a very, very big shock and surprise because I thought we were friends.
After this, Anna addresses the claims that she called her fan fat, saying how she would never do that, but she may have called them sweaty.
But I'm going to address the things regarding me. So the first thing I want to address is that apparently in 2021, a fan came up to me and we hugged. And after she walked away, I said, oh my God, she was so fat and sweaty. Now, I do not call my fans fat. That is not who I am. That is not what I stand for. That's not what I've ever stood for. But you guys know me, surely. That is not what I stand for. Sweaty, however, I may have called her sweaty because when somebody is wet and they touch you and then they leave, and when you're with your best friend and you are now wet because of them, you may say, I am now wet. Again, this was 4 years ago, but that may have happened. And I also know that people would have hugged me, walked away, and said Anna Paul was sweaty. That does not make them a bad person. That is just them pointing out that after 2 people touch, they are now sweaty or wet. For example, actually, during meet and greets, I hug thousands of people. And my go-to thing when I meet a fan is I always go in for a hug. So I hug thousands of people, so my shoulders go into thousands of armpits. And afterwards, my shoulders smell like sweat. And if I'm like, hey, does anyone have a wet wipe? Both my shoulders really smell like sweat. That is just a human thing. And of course you can twist it and make it sound bad in a video, but yeah.
Then Anna talks about the claim that she lied about growing up poor, explaining how she felt broke, so that was her experience.
The second one is that I lie about growing up broke. Now, I do not lie about the fact that I grew up broke. When I say I grew up broke, that is my experience. That is how I felt. When I can hear my parents talking in the kitchen that the budget for the groceries that week is $30, it makes me feel broke. When we can't afford school uniforms, it makes me feel broke. When I'm 11, when I'm 10, and all my friends can afford something and my parents can't, it makes me feel broke. When they say, oh, I don't know how we're going to afford rent next week, that makes me scared and makes me feel broke. That does not mean that I was the most broke person on earth. There are definitely people in way worse situations than me, but that does not mean that I'm lying about the fact that I felt broke during those times. And of course, because the internet is going crazy, they are pulling up photos of, this was Anna's childhood home, showing photos that I grew up in when I was already an adult that I couldn't even imagine even going into when I was like 7 years old. Or this was Anna's first car, not my first car, not my childhood car. I didn't even have social media when I was like 7. Like Instagram didn't even exist back then. It was like 2006, 2007. Those photos wouldn't even be on the internet. But this is another one. I'm going to explain some photos on my Instagram because even though I have addressed these hundreds of times over the years, and they're also on there, you can see them all, they're all there, but I've addressed this a lot of times, and I'm going to address 1 or 2 just to show you social media is fake. It is not real. Instagram, it's all fake, and it can be faked. So this is just a perfect example of that. There's a photo of me sitting in first class when I was like 13 years old. Please don't quote me. Maybe I was 12, maybe I was 11, maybe I was 14. I don't know, but I'm just going to say 13. And I posted that on Instagram, and people are saying, look, this is her in first class when she's 13. She's a liar. She was always always rich. Now, what you don't know about that photo is that that was a flight that my uncle paid for, and it was an economy flight because my whole family lives in Germany and we were in Australia. So my uncle wanted my brother and I to go see our grandparents. So he bought us 2 economy tickets, and during the flight, my brother threw up all over me everywhere. Everything was wet and hot. Everything was dirty. So the flight attendants take care of unaccompanied minors, and they said to us, guys, come to the front of the plane while I clean this up. It's the last 20 minutes anyway. So for the last 20 minutes of the flight, we were sitting in first class. And of course I posted on Instagram, I'm 12 and that's cool. And now people are using that like, liar. No, social media is fake and it can all be explained. And I have before. Or another one is, I'm wearing like a Gucci watch. My dad's job growing up was buying and selling antiques. So he would constantly go to garage sales or markets and stuff like that and then sell them on eBay afterwards. So there's a photo of a watch that he bought at a garage sale for $2 and it's a Gucci watch. And I posted that. Papa, can I post on Instagram? Of course I'm posting that. That's cool and that's a flex, but that is not real. You cannot determine things from photos. It is crazy. And that is just, those are just a couple of examples.
Anna continues by going on a tangent about bullying, saying that these mean videos could end somebody's life.
Me aside in this whole situation, okay, me aside, the bullying that has festered and grown from this because it's a trend is dangerous and not okay. And bullying like this kills people. It kills people. You might think it's funny to set up your phone and think, oh, what's trending right now? I know. I'll say I met Anna Paul once and say something bad. That'll get views. Your views aren't worth someone's life, I'm telling you. Or setting up the camera and laughing with all your friends about what my body looks like and then posting it. That is not worth the views. Someone's life are not worth those views, I'm telling you. And another one that what is it? I'm a manipulative liar because I called pasta noodles or something like that. Like insanity. I think we can all agree it's gotten very, very insane where it's just insane. Now, thankfully, I am fortunate enough to have a very strong support system and a very strong just support system. See, I'm not editing this, so if I like mess up my words, I'm just leaving it in. But my DMs have kept me through this and kept me going. They are so incredibly sweet. But what I can't imagine is going through something like this alone. There are children that go through this kind of stuff, this kind of bullying alone. And for that, I cannot even imagine how they even survive that, to be honest. And because of that, I'm going to leave a number down below. If you're alone and you ever need someone to talk to or need something, please call that number and do not hesitate, because it can happen to anyone. So I'm just sending my love out there to anyone that has gone through this or people that will go through this or parents of children who, everything. Now, I am fortunate enough to have a team and like a support system of friends who have called me and stuff like that. But like I said, not everybody is. This is not behavior that we can encourage and engage in. If you feel the need to make a hateful, negative video, lock your phone before you do that. I promise you someone's life is not worth the views. People die of this every day. And in saying that, I do not want a single nasty or mean comment in my defense. Even if it is pushing me up but being mean to someone else, you do not comment anything hateful or DM anybody anything hateful, even if it's in my defense. Please, that can kill someone. It's all internet fun until someone dies. I'm not joking. It is dangerous. So do not send any hate, not even on my behalf or anything. I do not stand behind your comment. And if you do that, I do not stand behind you, okay? That is so serious. It's people's lives.
Anna ends her video by saying she'll keep posting positive videos, and she encourages her audience to be kind.
Anyways, this is not what my account is about, ever. I mind my business, I stay in my peace, I post my nice videos, and that's all I do, and that's all I will ever do, and that's all my account will ever be about. But it all got very big, so here I am. But yeah, I love you so much. Be nice, be kind, and if you feel the need to be mean, lock your phone and go outside. I promise you, you'll have a nicer day and feel nicer afterwards. So yeah, I love you all so, so, so much. Thank you so much for the nice messages. I've seen them all and they've kept me going, and let's just encourage kindness because the world needs more of it. It needs way more of it. So yeah, I love you, and my account will always be a positive, safe space. It always has been and it always will be. So yeah.
Comments under the video felt as though Anna avoided addressing any real allegations, with a few questioning how Addis Paul was completely left out of this, and others taking issue with how Anna said she felt broke. Following this, extremely reputable news outlets like the Daily Mail began reporting on Anna's supposed downfall, where she lost 400,000 followers and is now left with only 6.8 million. Another media site named Mamma Mia reported that on February 3rd, Mikaela responded to Anna Paul's video, posting on her Instagram story, saying Anna Paul blocked her from commenting on the video. She added, "Anna, please do not try and paint me as a liar. I will come with receipts. Do not make me come on here with it all. You said what you said, and you said it in entirety. I thought we were friends too, until your friends have come up to me with everything you've been saying about me the entire time. I reached out because I thought we were friends. We weren't. You are fake, and this doesn't cut it. I care about children, and you're extorting them. The next day, Mikaela followed up on her Instagram story to say that she'll be moving forward legally. She wrote, "Hi guys, I did promise receipts. While going through and actually collecting them and reviewing them, I realized something very, very sinister was happening to me for many years. This is something the police should be seeing, not the internet." She went on to say that while she will one day be able to share her story in full, she will have to delay posting the receipts for the time being. I will be moving forward legally, the way it should be. So at this point, we'll have to wait and see how the situation progresses. However, we still haven't heard anything about Addis Paul. Regardless, from my perspective, things aren't looking good for him and Anna. But with that, we're all caught up on the controversy surrounding Anna Paul and Mikaela Testa. Now that you have almost all the details about this situation, I need to know, what do you think about everything? Please let me know that, along with any story updates or things I missed down in the comments. Thank you to everyone that watched my last video. I wasn't really planning on it being a feature-length film, but feel free to subscribe if you want to catch the next story, and I'll see you in the next one.